This is Brett Hayworth with an election extra for Siouxland Public Media News. The November election has a lot of notable contests, and one involves the Woodbury County Auditor race. Michelle Scaff is the Republican nominee after winning a primary election in June. Seven-term Democratic incumbent Woodbury County Auditor Pat Gill is running again. Scaff works in the county auditor office with Gill as the deputy editor. Both candidates spoke with me, and we hear from them both now, with Pat Gill being first. Why are you running for re-election? You've served 7 terms. Why are you running for yet another term?
Now more than ever, Brett. I think experience matters. This day and age when the election process is under fire from seems like all different directions, I think it's very important to have someone who cares about the process and wants to make sure that the things that we are doing are protecting people's right to participate, right to vote, to make sure that we're doing it in a fair manner. I've been doing it, this is my 28th year, and if I hadn't been doing it in a nonpartisan manner, I wouldn't be here. So I think that, it's a great job. I love doing it, and I just think it's important to have someone who cares and has a lot of experience doing it.
What would you say would be some successes for you as auditor?
Oh, one of the most important things that we did in the auditor recently, but it was when we had an issue with counting ballots after election day. Absentee ballots would come in, and if they weren't postmarked, you weren't able to count them. So I did some research through the United States Postal Service, and we put together an intelligent mail barcode that we put on all the envelopes in the state of Iowa. Now they're required to be there. And that was to allow so that even if they weren't postmarked, you could get a report from the U.S. Postal Service that told you exactly when that piece of mail entered service. And we're still using it today.
How secure are Woodbury County elections?
Very secure. I wish that people would take more of an opportunity to view everything that takes place in the administration of elections. A lot of folks don't take advantage of that, but we do public testing of our machines so that we show that our machines are never, hooked up to the internet. They're all programmed separately from that. Every voter is checked out to make sure that it's a legitimate voter, that the ballot that we're casting. Pretty secure. They're done very well.
Thank you. And now we hear from Republican Woodbury County Auditor nominee Michelle Scaff, who begins with why she's running for the position.
So the simplest answer is that I'm running because I want to serve the taxpayers as the auditor. I've been deputy auditor for the last 8 years, and during that time, I've earned the respect of many of the individuals that I work with, department heads, elected officials, other city areas that I work with. And from day one, they've learned to know me and they've learned to know my work ethics. And there's a lot of people who have asked me, are you going to be the next auditor? And I felt the job out for a little while when I became the deputy 8 years ago, and instantly found that I love the job, and this is the next step up, is to become the auditor, and that's why I'm running.
Thank you, Michelle. And then why should someone vote for you?
That's a great question. Auditor Gill has been serving for 28 years, and there are a few things that set me apart from him. One thing is that I have a PhD in political science. It was a research-based PhD where I wrote my dissertation on implementing technology at the local law enforcement level. I use that research in my current position as deputy auditor, where I was a project manager for implementing a software platform that produces our tax statements, our payroll, our accounts payable, and all of our finances. As an elected auditor, I would apply the research of my PhD to the position of auditor. I'm a very research-based individual where I look at all of the different scenarios and decide what the best solution is. I'm considered kind of a problem solver for the county. If there's issues that are going on, a lot of people will reach out to me to try to find that solution. Another thing that sets me apart is the endorsements that I have for this campaign. I'm endorsed by many individuals in law enforcement. Sheriff Sheehan was the first one who endorsed me. The reason why he endorsed me and other law enforcement individuals is because they know me. They've worked with me for most of my 28 years. They know I'm honest, and they know I'm ethical, and they know that I'll carry out the legal obligations of the auditor to the fullest extent of the law.
Thank you for that, Michelle Scaff. Thank you.
Thank you.
This has been Brett Hayworth with the Siouxland Public Media Election Extra on the Woodbury County Auditor race involving Democrat Pat Gill and Republican Michelle Scaff. Early voting in Iowa starts on October 16th.